Today's the day. We're heading off to Melbourne tonight and we're staying in a hotel overnight and then we head off to America tomorrow morning. How are you feeling?
Me? I feel so good. I'm excited. So excited. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really excited.
Yeah?
I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah, same.
Yay, let's pack our bags and head.
Hi guys, so if you're new here, I'm Shelby and I'm a pottery artist based in Australia, and I've been kindly invited to Oklahoma in America by the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art. This video is my experience of Oklahoma, exploring the arts community, visiting the pottery exhibition and traveling around the city to see what makes Oklahoma so special. I'm also here with Harriet, who helps me with studio admin tasks in the workshop space I run, but she's mainly here to help me film all the videos so you get to watch them. We have a jam-packed week as well, so I needed the extra help as we are on the move each day. On that note, this video has been split into two shorter videos so they're easier to watch. So let's go fly to Oklahoma.
You got everything? It's 4:30.
I know.
So moody. Look at the lighting in here.
Isn't it? You got everything?
I think so. I've just
Okay.
got to wait for my AirPods to finish charging.
Yeah.
And then I can pack the charger, and then that's everything. I'm feeling unusually chipper, but I think it's just because I'm excited about heading off. I'm going to head over to the airport and catch our flight to Sydney.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, off to America today.
Okay, so the flights are a little bit more extreme than they usually are from Australia. Usually you can get a direct flight to the US from Melbourne, but because the flights were booked by the Oklahoma University, they booked the route where the flight takes you to Sydney first, then to Houston, then to Oklahoma. And to be honest, I really wasn't looking forward to this trip traveling for so long, but I was so excited about everything that I didn't even notice it as much. It kind of flew by. I get it. We went through duty free at Sydney Airport and it is wildly amazing. Like, I didn't realize it was all designer shops. Now, I'm not one into designer shops, but seeing them all in a row in the way they are set up like little doll houses, it was kind of cool to witness. Everything moves on it. There we go,
Going on an adventure.
That installation of the face was fantastic, but so creepy. The little plaque said it watches people's emotions and then mimics them, and it looks so lifelike. It was really creepy. It was then time to board our flight to Houston, and this one was a 15-hour flight. I'm always so fascinated by what they serve you on the plane, so this is what I got: some pasta salad, and then they gave us a little roll as a snack later in the flight. We then arrived in Houston and had under an hour to get through customs, pick up our bags and drop them off again because we were changing to a domestic flight, and then find and board our next flight.
24 hours of traveling. It was a rush at the end there because, oh my gosh, the flight got in late, and then we only had an hour in between connecting the Houston International to the domestic Oklahoma flight. We had to go through all the security clearances in under an hour, and we literally ran onto the plane. We were the last ones on the plane and they were like closing the doors as we ran on. But we're here. We just had a taxi ride to the suites. This is a little look at the room. We'll do a little room tour, but we're staying at the Sooner Suites, which is on campus. It's near all the like fraternity houses, which is so bizarre. And look, we just walked in and they left a little hamper. How cute is that? And this is the museum. Oh, there's a card. Ah! It says welcome to Oklahoma.
Oh, so
and there's all these nice little baked goods in there. How cute are they? All right, we're gonna try something before we go out for dinner because we're starving because we didn't get lunch because our flight was a mess. Should we try that?
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks. That's very nice.
It's like lemon bread, but it's just like cake.
Yeah, it's very bright yellow. It looks all home baked.
But everything just tastes so good.
Yum.
Yum.
We just found some dinner and we got Chipotle because we don't have it in Australia, and we also tried Raising Cane's. We're freaking exhausted because we've been traveling for 23 hours, but we wanted to stay up late enough so that we could get into a normal routine for the week. Now we're just walking back to our little accommodation. And the clip just comes off. Oh, it did. It just broke. Oh, rip.
Literally rip.
Tomorrow we're planning to go in to see Oklahoma City, but we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
Good morning. We are going to head into Bricktown today and see Oklahoma City, and
Yay.
do some fun stuff. So we'll just see what happens. Don't even know what we're
Right.
going to do. But
See where the day takes
yeah,
us.
we're going to use a lift for the first time because we don't have that.
We arrived in Oklahoma on a Monday and we went to Bricktown because we saw it all over Instagram and no one was there, like not a single living soul was there. So we didn't do that and we moved on to the botanical gardens whilst we waited for the people that are hosting us to finish a meeting and come get us. I actually love going to local botanical gardens because they're always so fascinating and such a rich source of inspiration, beauty and wonder. I love exploring all the different textures and colours of the plants. In particular, I found it quite interesting how warm it was in here, given that outside you saw the pond was all frozen. Like it was so hot in here, I could have worn t-shirt and shorts and we were like sweating. Sweating. It was just such a cool contrast from the temperature outside. This is the Myriad Botanical Gardens and they have this really cool bridge where you can walk over the top and see it from above. They also had a really cool gift shop, like the cutest gift shop I've seen, and it was all plant-based, which was so cute. After that, we saw our first few couple of squirrels. Well, we saw one at our accommodation and I was so excited. I love the way their little tails twitch and they like all look so sweet and cute, and the way they bounce around is absolutely adorable. It was then time to meet up with the people that are hosting us from the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art, and they took us around some places, then took us to the Plaza District, which is somewhat known as a bit of an artsy, fun, kind of hipster district of Oklahoma. They have this installation called the Plaza Walls where they get artists in to design and spray paint or paint on the walls to create these amazing installations of artworks, which was just absolutely fantastic to see. We then went thrift shopping in the vintage stores and found this really cool retro fridge that had mystery bag t-shirts in it, and so we bought one each just for the memories. We also went into the DNA galleries, which has local artisans from Oklahoma and the surrounding areas. It was fantastic to see some of the inspiration and some of the ways people make art, and although there's many parallels to Australian galleries and to Australian gallery stores, there was just a certain feeling that this store had that was so different to the ones we have in Australia. You can just see the different influences and references people draw from. I'd almost call it a bit grungier, like a bit like undergroundish compared to Australian, where there's like a lot of influence from like outback Australia and so that bush native aesthetic. So that was really cool to see. After that, we went to Empire Pizzas and I was so excited to finally try the floppy pizza because our pizza's more like a bread, and we ordered a slice of pie. That's so cute that you call it a slice of pie. And I was told by the person that was serving us that you're meant to dip it in ranch sauce to be really southern and to really fit in. So I tried that and that was quite good as well. Each day I am hiding a little pottery item and sharing it on my Instagram story. So if you've got Instagram, make sure to follow me there because I'm sharing where I'm hiding pieces. I'm about to go to LA and I'll be also hiding pieces there and also in Salt Lake City. So make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to try and find one of my hidden pottery pieces in America. This one was actually found within the hours. We then also went into Walmart. We don't have Walmart. It's like a massive supermarket. I couldn't get over this supermarket. Like there was so many interesting things here. Like I've never seen, like the shelves are totally different to ours. And I found it so fascinating. All the cereals, like why do you guys have so many cereals? Like ours are all just like muesli. It's so boring and they're all sugary, fun looking cereals. But we grabbed some supplies just for the week as we probably won't get a chance to go grocery shopping properly. So we grabbed a few snacks and things to have.
We went to the vintage shop today and got a mystery t-shirt. I think they're going to be terrible. What did yours say?
Mine says Panther Project, white tea and cherry skull.
And mine says Fire Lake Casino, white tea, stay golden. It also comes with a sticker. And I just like that mine said stay golden.
Yeah, I think I liked cherry skull. I was intrigued by that.
But there weren't many in our sizes, so we didn't have much choice, but...
No. Rip.
Maybe just rip?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the colour of that.
Oh, yours is a bit like grey.
Like that milk?
Oh, the cherry skull.
Oh, I got a Golden Girl sticker.
Oh, I get it. That's not going to be on the t-shirt
It
then.
says stay golden.
That's cool.
That's cute. I'm going to put my drink bottle.
Yeah, that's so cute. I don't know what I'll do with mine.
Oh, well, this must be casino orientated.
Mine's Panther Project
Maybe that's
orientated.
a national park or something.
I'm a bit nervous.
Oh. t-shirt.
Oh,
I'm sure that's a nice charity. I dare you to wear that on this trip.
Oh, it's lovely. This is probably gonna be really cool. Oh.
It's like it's
It's like you gave me a run to the casino and walked in my name. How is that a large and this is a large?
I get why they're mystery bags. Just because they're not selling.
Sell. Well, on the bright side, I really like my sticker.
I like my sticker. I guess it is an Oklahoma bit of merch. Mine's actually not that bad.
Yours is quite cool, actually.
Today is our first day exploring the museum and showcasing why I was actually invited here. We started off by meeting the museum team, and guys, I was fascinated by the coffee in a box. I've never ever seen coffee served like this ever. I'm here to show you the wonders and magic that is Frankoma Pottery, and I really want to share how cool it is and show you some appreciation as to why Frankoma has its own exhibition at the museum. So Frankoma Pottery was created by John Frank and Grace Lee Frank. In 1933, John Frank first opened up his own business after years of developing his skills in pottery and glaze chemistry. Initially called Frank Potteries, his aim was to highlight the shapes and forms of vessels by utilizing naturally found composites of clay in the Oklahoma area, which was called Ada clay. Frank utilized rutile glazes, which are glazes that cause a variegated and crystallized speckle effect on ceramics that can achieve a variety of different colors. Due to the use of naturally found materials to the Oklahoma region, the business name was changed to Frankoma, combining both Frank's name and the region in which the clay bodies were sourced. Frank slowly started to lean into more kitchenware and functional pieces as they noticed these items were more popular in comparison to the sculptural items they were creating in their first year of operation. What really brought Frankoma to the success it is today is the combination between beauty and functions. The pieces were stunning, but each one could be collected and added to create dinnerware settings that all worked together. It allowed for the regular consumer to access pottery art in a functional way. What bolstered this success even further was the single fire process. So Frank developed a process whereby the pottery was only fired once, creating a cheaper manufacturing process. Usually pottery is fired for a bisque firing and then a glaze firing. That's what I do with my work. And then the usual process allows the clay body to dry out in that bisque firing before adding moisture with the glaze onto the item. When using the single fire process, adding additional moisture to the clay body with the glaze can cause cracking and distortion of the pieces if not perfected and timed correctly with the glaze makeup. Frank had experimented and mastered this with the glazes. Not only did he master this, but created a combination that both highlighted the glaze and the form and the clay body beneath. As you can see in the pieces of pottery I'm showing you, you can see the variation in every piece, from where the piece was placed in the kiln, to how the glaze was brushed on, to how the moisture was absorbed into the clay body, leaving high and low points of color saturation. This created a uniqueness in each item, but also kept them within the same collectible style of work. After a while, the Ada clay actually no longer was available and they had to source a different clay body. This then introduced the sugar loaf clay, which slightly changed the variation and reaction of the green glaze. The Ada clay used to showcase a darker brown, whereas the new sugar loaf clay actually showcases a more yellowy green-brown tinge. Frankoma featured a lot of Oklahoman influences throughout the designs and also collaborated with other artists to bring to life the designs. Frankoma was owned by the family until all living members had sadly passed away, and it was sold off a number of times until the current owner acquired it. It has definitely changed from what it is now, and I will talk about that when I visit the current factory in the next video. But the Frankoma exhibition is on until April, but some of the pieces will remain as part of the permanent collection at the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art. It's definitely one to check out, and also a lot to learn about a piece that we often take for granted and is regularly found throughout thrift shops in Oklahoma. So I hope that that was a bit interesting and shows you a bit more appreciation for those gorgeous glazed pieces that Frankoma created. After exploring the Frankoma exhibition, the team took us out for lunch to an Oklahoma University classic, which is called Pepe's. And oh my gosh, I needed some warning. Like, I had heard about the portion sizes in the US, but I didn't realize ordering a side of chips and a burrito would mean it would come out like family size. Like, you can see my soul leave my body in shock from how big these portions were. Continuing on our day, we headed out to the John Frank Ceramic Studio. Alongside John Frank's impressive pottery business and career, he also founded the Oklahoma University Ceramics program, which there is now a dedicated ceramics building in his name. I was kindly invited into the ceramic students class to speak with them, to see what they were working on, and to explore the facility as it stands today, nearly 100 years on from when John Frank first started his business. The first thing I saw when entering the building was, of course, the pottery graveyard out the front. It always is a must-have at the studio. And then as I walked in, I saw my meet and greet flyer on the drink machine. It was so cute. This was actually a really special experience for me. After studying ceramics myself at university, to be back at university halfway across the world and speaking to students that are at the start of their career, as well as seeing the amazing resources from different kiln firing offerings to glazes to opportunities for experiments and growth, it was just seriously inspiring. I think the standout was actually speaking to the lovely artists about their works and what they were doing. No matter what you do, your art is always so unique to you, and although they were all in the same class, they were all creating such vastly different pieces from different inspirations and showcasing their voices in ways that represented who they were. Whether through wheel throwing, slip casting, hand building, taking reference from novels, poems and artworks from their grandparents, there is just something so magical about an art classroom. CJ Carter Clay also showed us what they were working on. These blew me away. Impressive sculptures. I don't even think I can explain them as eloquently as these were constructed, but some of the structures were fired in multiple separate parts and then joined together post-firing. They were currently sampling different colors on the bricks to try and give the sculpture pops of color but still maintain realism, with the surrealism of the body being one with the structure. Everything from the textures, details and menacing faces just made these works pure masterpieces. I also love their mugs too, and I thought they were really cool. On our way out, Marissa Ceramics also just got back from collecting clay, and we had a brief look in their studio where they were using plaster bats made from wooden textures that created slab works to use on their pottery with vintage decals. It was delicate, delightful and magical, and they were also in the process of constructing objects out of clay that were disguised as other materials. At the end of this day, we went back onto campus and into the library where I hid one of my ceramic items. This one was also found within the hour, and that's where I'm going to leave this video. In the next one, we'll be going to the Frankoma factory and seeing where it is today and how it's changed. Heading over to Tulsa and doing a mystery mod with the copper kiln and exploring Oklahoma before heading back to Australia.